In researching info on some of these older games, I occasionally stumble across things that pique my interest. Most of the time, I haven't heard of these games for good reason. In this instance, there's a damn good reason why I've never heard of Saturday Night Speedway before this. Released in March of 2004 for the PlayStation 2, it was published in the US by the once great Atari, and to European markets by System 3 under the Play It banner. Never heard of them? I'm not surprised, they only really dealt in crappy ports and one lone successful IP putty, if you could even consider that a success. More importantly, it was developed by Aussie studio Ratbag, who really loved their budget off-road racing, and even snagged a license for the Dukes of Hazzard video game in 2004. So really, we kind of get a good gauge of what to expect here. Your first cost-cutting measure? No in-game music. That's right, just the roar of the engines and the occasional crunch of chassis. It drove me mental. Seriously, if you intend to try this game, put something else on in the background. I mean, even if the idea was total simulation, it really does not make for fun gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, the mechanics of this game are actually pretty good. The game's 3 car types handle as much as I would expect on dirt tracks with a semi-sim style. Gran Turismo it is not, but then it's no Burnout, not by a long chalk. Damage is a factor in this game, but it's rudimentary. The 4 wheels can take damage and affect speed and steering, whilst the engine takes too many hits and it refuses to work. The only way to see this damage is on the heads-up display, as the cars themselves don't appear to physically change, besides a tiny amount of smoke. Considering stock car racing is typically associated with vehicle damage as much as anything, I expected a lot more. However, Ratbag obviously didn't intend it to be the next Destruction Derby. The seemingly lone unique selling point for this game is its tear-off function. Tear-offs are essentially a thin layer of clear plastic that covers a windscreen. When it's dirty, you tear off the top layer and voila! Clear screen. Whilst a nice, real-life introduction to the game, it A. looks like art, especially from the driver's seat, and B. it didn't affect my driving at all. Here, look at this example. I've gone from last place all the way up to first by not tearing one off. Wait, no, that sounds wrong. Anyway, look, listen, getting to the races is your standard fare. Arcade mode with single races, time trials, or a simple championship mode. Or heck, you can have a full-on sport career mode, utilising everything at your disposal. And when I say everything, holy moly do I mean everything! You buy one of the 3 car models, choose your name and number, which appears on the roof of your car, nice touch. Choose a race from the calendar. You can practice, qualify, earn position in the heats before racing in the main race at the end of the day. In between all these, you need to repair and tune your car to allow for the best possible racing with the most in-depth system I've seen in a non-brand motorsports title. Win events to earn cash to help you upgrade your car, and rack up points to be the #1 stock car driver. Depth is definitely this game's strong point. However, something like the history of Britain's tax reforms is depth, and that will never ever make for a fun video game. And unfortunately, Saturday Night Speedway has the same sort of problem. This is for the stock car simmer, the guy that has a permanent wheel setup for his video games. I know this because it's a feature in the options, for God's sakes. No, casual fans this was not designed for. All the starting tracks are bland, oval courses, racing lines are prioritised over reaction times, and even the brief single races are bloated with qualifying and the like. Yeah, okay, so you can unlock some more varied circuits later on, and the car customization is very nice indeed. But I just didn't have fun. In fact, I think the graphics are its saving grace, despite the car models only sort of matching up to 2003's Need for Speed underground models. And everything else just pales in comparison. One last point, it does feature 2-player split screen with full race modes. So you and your mate can customise your cars, kit them out, qualify and race with 14 other AI drivers. Now this mode can be fun, if only to break the monotony of the indistinguishable CPU drivers, because really all your opponents have no personality and all drive the same race lines as each other. So what's the verdict for Ratbag's stock car sim? Well, for a budget PS2 release, it does what it sets out to do. Which means unless you eat, sleep and breathe Speedway, then this game has nothing to offer you. It's a shame really. There are glimpses of greatness marred by the hardcore sim approach. Oh, and if you're outside the US and you're thinking of importing the Atari version, don't bother. You put the American version in a modded console, and all of the cars refuse to start because they're all facing the wrong way. Nice little bit of copy protection there, guys. Very nice. And I suppose that about sums up Saturday Night Speedway. Oh well, I guess they can't all be hidden gems now, can they? This has been Crash TSET. That was Saturday Night Speedway. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, buckle up and stay safe.